Welcome back to Bag Society. I'm your co-host Jay with my other co-host,
Yes.
and of course,
And Chris.
and Chrissy says, "Man, I like your digs that's hanging on your chair, man. It's nice, man."
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
I like it too.
All right, guys, what have we been doing to chase that bag this week? Because you know what I've been doing, nonstop videos. I feel like death.
You've been pumping out some content, dude.
Dude, I've been pumping out a lot of like NFL content.
You do it
some
real
about
quick
historian.
too.
Dude. Because I have a formula.
Yeah, I see
have a
that.
formula,
I see that
dude.
now.
I've been trying. I made like a Facebook page after Chris's advice.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's getting some views, not as good as like the YouTube. TikTok, I have yet to break that, dude. I can't get past 250.
Are you throwing hashtags into your Facebook posts?
Yeah, the description.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing that. Like my first post got like over 300, but the rest have been like 90, 90, 90.
That's not too bad, though.
Now I got a question for the Facebook. Do you guys do the boosts?
No,
No.
that costs
Now you
money.
gotta pay for it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. I mean, you can do it, though. Like, it's probably worth it.
Is it
Like,
expensive?
you can do like $1 a day, and it will hit like an extra like 1,000 people.
Yeah,
Oh, that's not
I heard
bad.
there's I looked at it, but they said it was like a $5 minimum.
Really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think yeah, it might be $5. So like, but it's like per day.
Right.
Yeah.
Is
So
it-
you gotta like, so if you want to run it for like 5 days or something like that, you
That's
gotta do a
$25.
minimum of $1 a day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Like, the overall total's got to be $5, but like you can break it up however you want.
That makes sense.
That's not bad though.
It's
I
not-
feel like it would be worth it.
And you can like tailor your audience too, like certain age range, certain countries. Like
Really?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Facebook would have all that data, right?
Instagram does it too.
Well, Instagram
yeah.
is Facebook.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying Instagram.
I mean, throw
does it.
$10. Throw $10 on Facebook. See what you do.
Yeah.
I'll have to make a really good like my next video. Of course, I'm going to recap the NFL week.
Mhm.
Those are tough because you got to pump them out fast before Wednesday, before everyone starts looking till week 3. But I want to do like what I hate about the Bengals kind of video, and I'll probably pump that one.
You should.
You should.
But only pump it into Ohio.
Ohio, yeah.
That's exactly what I want to do. I want to have like a clickbait title like "Why Joe Burrow is great." Just be like, he's not.
and tailor it only like to boomers, like 40 plus, like 40 to 65-year-olds, and just like feed off the hate.
Yeah, just feed off all that hate.
Just be like,
You guys ever seen the show Tiger King?
yeah.
You know
Tiger King.
Tiger King, with
What?
Joe Exotic?
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, did you miss that phenomenon?
Yeah, dude.
Oh no, man! I was so into the memes too. Man. I was like,
Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin. Oh, I love when
Yeah.
he goes, "We'll never financially recover from this."
yeah. Or like when people were like, "I'm holding on right now," like Joe Exotic earring. It's like, I don't know how it was in his ear, dude.
No.
What I was getting at is that this man asked Joe Burrow for $20K for a lawyer because he's like, Tigers got to stick together.
Hey, I like Joe
He's
Exotic.
trying
Shoot your shot, bro.
He
Shoot
was,
your shot.
yeah, shoot your shot. He was set up though.
He was. I mean, did you hear during the last days of the Trump presidency what happened with him?
Nah, what
No.
happened?
So this clown, when the last days of a presidency happens, they usually hand out pardons.
Oh yeah,
right?
pardons. Yeah. That's how
So
Lil
this
Wayne
man
got
was
out of
so
jail.
convinced that Trump would pardon him that he had a limousine waiting for him outside the prison.
So he wasted money on a limousine where he could have put it towards his lawyer.
Yep.
That's funny.
That shit was waiting.
And he never came out.
Never came out.
Why didn't Trump pardon him?
I guess he didn't
He
pay him
didn't care,
enough. I
dude.
guess.
Yeah, probably.
How
Well,
do
I
you-
mean, have you ever seen the meme where it's like COVID's coming and you see like Trump lean over like release the Tiger King or something like that? It's like that's when it was big, dude. It was
That's
like,
what
it
I'm
was big.
saying.
To be honest,
It changed the world.
he should have done it. It would have. He would have went up a few points at least.
As soon as COVID hit, the Tiger King came out. It was the same time, and
Dude,
dude. It
March
just,
2020, bro.
yeah, man. As soon as
Changed
you
the
were
world.
sitting there for like 2 weeks, and you're like, man, what to
Dude,
watch?
it took
Tiger
over,
King?
dude. Tiger King, because this dude
Yeah.
was wild. Dude, his music videos and everything, dude. It was. Great,
Oh,
dude.
dude, it
Remember
was
that one
great.
guy's like, "You ain't that straight" or something like that. I was like, "What is going
I
on,
wanna
dude?"
know who is this man making a clown of himself.
First of all, who would ever suggest they're like, yeah, we're gonna go and see these tiger people? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, did you see when they were looking at the Doc Entel place?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
is
yeah,
that when he has like so many wives?
yeah, yeah. You know the
Yeah.
leaves were there at one point.
Yeah, I remember that because I remember they had the picture on the fridge.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was just like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. We
Tell
know
you.
this place.
This place looks so familiar. That's a
Oh.
tiger cub.
Ah, Joe Exotic, man.
It's
What a-
good. But dude, it was a
what a champ,
phenomenon.
dude.
Huh?
Yeah, what a champ.
What a
Like,
champ.
what- like, and the people he hired, like they were like diehard. Like, remember that chick lost her arm and she was
And
like,
she was
instead of
still
getting
there.
reattached-
Yeah.
Instead of getting reattached, he went back to work. They're like,
And-
you can reattach it, or
Oh.
you know,
She
like,
said-
you can lose it. She's like, I'll just leave it. You know,
I
gotta get back to
I
work.
gotta get back to work.
Bigger
Oh my-
man than me. Bigger man than me. I won't lie.
But hold on though. That's the thing. I mean, like, if you were ever go to like a factory and you lose like a finger or something, you're like, nah, man.
That's workers' comp.
nah.
That's workers'
No,
comp
but
and
bro,
elusive.
there's a difference between a finger and an arm. What are you talking about, dude?
I'm just saying, like, if you was to lose a whole arm in the factory, yo, you're set for life. You're set for
Yeah.
life. But she was
I
like,
mean, that's
nah, I'm
if
gonna
you
go back
didn't
to
sign
work.
anything.
She's
Yeah,
like,
she said she didn't want to be out of work that long.
yeah, and she
To
says
recover.
she really, really liked the Tigers. That's
Which,
kind of
yeah, that's so weird. Dude.
Yeah.
And didn't the one dude like lose his legs? Didn't he like not have legs or some shit?
yeah. He didn't
Something
have
like that.
legs.
He like lost him in like a zip lining accident or something. But he had some wild people
Man,
working there.
I know. Well, I mean, like, dude, if you're working with tigers, you got to be some type of.
You gotta be some type of heart, I
Yeah.
guess.
And he always had that Colt 45 on
yeah.
his side. It's
He-
just-
You're talking about the dude with like the long blonde hair, right?
Yeah, but I was talking
Yeah,
about Joe.
Yeah,
man.
the Tom Petty lookalike.
Joe Exotic, bro.
That dude passed away like a year or two ago.
And then that one guy came
Yeah.
in. He came in with his girlfriend.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my
his
God,
girlfriend
I
that was
forgot
like
about
20
them.
years his junior or something like that. 20, 30 years his junior. He was like, you know,
Yeah.
you just walk around with a tiger cup and, you know, it's just a chick magnet.
Yeah. That's
No.
wild, dude.
I
Wasn't
mean,
he supposed to be rich but didn't really have any money?
yeah,
He just, like,
he was
lied about
scammer. He
everything?
was
He was
scamming. That's
scamming.
what I'm saying. He was the ultimate scammer. And then he was like, yo, we're gonna he scammed that other guy. Like, dude, if you know he had problems with Joe Exotic, right? And why are you gonna do business with him again? Like, he went to do business with the other tiger dude or whatever to make it a bigger thing. And then he found out that he was doing all the work, he was losing all the money and all that stuff. He wasn't doing anything. Bro, you got scammed.
Back society tip: do not get scammed.
Do
Yeah.
not get scammed.
That's
Tip number
hard,
one.
man.
Avoid the scams, especially people that just use tigers as a chick magnet, I guess.
Yeah. He was like, dude, we will put him in a suitcase, bring him
Yeah,
up
and
to the
pull him out like in
hotel
Vegas
room.
and stuff like that. This
Yeah.
man,
Wild, dude.
I know.
I,
I don't-
I just can't imagine being that much of a G.
I want a tiger cub.
That's a top G move.
I want a tiger cub.
That's why Mike Tyson did it.
Yeah, that's true,
He had
man.
that tiger, dude. It was in The Hangover.
Yeah, it's true.
He had multiple tigers.
He did.
Yeah.
He was like, we cannot financially recover from this.
It was so wild, man.
What a show, dude.
It was a great show. See, that's the kind of content I want to get my editing levels. I want to make shit like that. Like I said, like as we mentioned in an earlier episode, I've always wanted to own a media company, and that's the
Yeah.
kind of stuff I want to bring to the world. You
but
know,
edit what? Like, what do you
laughters,
mean?
tears,
Oh, yeah.
be able to make it.
Produce.
I need to produce something that makes money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You
I,
need to produce something that you can sell to Netflix, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Exactly right, dude. And
Yeah.
I need. It's not Netflix is no longer like that South Park episode where you just call them and they said Netflix, you're greenlit.
I thought they were I thought Netflix was easy like that.
It used to be, but they spent way too much. They spent way more than they brought in. That's why they did that password crackdown. That apparently is working.
Yeah. Costco's
I
doing
thought
that
they
same
I thought they
thing.
backtracked on that though.
No, they backtracked it for a while, but then they implemented it a few months back.
Ew.
Yeah, and I heard they were backtracking on it again.
What? No, I heard the last thing I read about it was that it worked.
It's too
More
much.
people are opening more accounts.
It's too much competition for them now. Maybe like 5 years ago they could have done that.
There is a lot of competition, but like you see like HBO Max they were canceling their shows left and right and just removing them from service. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on with that. Disney Plus reported it was a loss.
Really?
Disney Plus was a loss. No one cares about Peacock. I have CBS for Star Trek, but I don't hear anything about that.
Mm. Peacock is making a series like with John Wick, so that would be my only interest.
I don't know how HBO does it though, because like they have way less subscribers than Netflix, but
I
they
feel-
still pump out like a lot of content.
I feel like everyone does, but like there's Disney and they have both Hulu and Disney Plus, so it has to be
Yeah.
making some kind of money, right?
Yeah, and Hulu has advertisements.
Well, they also own ESPN, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that's
also have
true.
ESPN. That's true.
Yeah.
Somehow making money with their shit ass takes. That's why you should watch me. Elite Sports News.
Yeah.
And then
Whatever.
I think, what about Amazon? Amazon Prime?
Yeah. Well, they pumped all that money into Lord of the Rings.
They did.
Oh,
There's a second season, yeah.
Did they lose? Was it like a loss?
They
or
put like
something?
$100 million into that series. Into the first
No,
season.
it was more than that. It was $500 million.
Was it $500 million?
It was $500 million.
Was it? Did it do good?
I thought it was like 10 million an episode. Was it 100 million an episode?
I think it
don't
was like
remember.
100
It was
million.
something stupid.
It was something stupid, but I know it was like $500 million.
Oh my god, dude!
But there's
that's-
apparently it did well enough. There's a second season. They're also making a Harry Potter series. They're rebooting the Harry Potter series
Mm.
as a TV show.
Wait, like the whole books? Or I thought it was like
The whole
kind of a
books.
spin-off.
The whole books. They're making it into a TV show now.
So there's a new Harry Potter.
Yep, there's a new Harry Potter coming out.
I wonder if I can audition for that.
No.
No,
I think it's already probably been shot.
you're also
you're
not,
Not British.
Yeah. like
Well, I
J.K.
can talk
Rowling
like
only
this.
hires British people.
I could
That's
talk
not
like this.
British.
What?
What?
What? Hello, love.
I don't know, man. Do you really want
Perfect.
to?
Hello, love.
Hello, love.
I don't know. What was it like? The main they had like one like secondary black character, and it was like one of the
Oh,
Order of the
yeah.
Phoenix, and his last name was Shacklebolt. Do you really want a name like that?
Shacklebolt, dude. That's a dope name, bro.
Yeah.
I wish my name was Shacklebolt.
Your name's gonna be like Whippenstein or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think Shacklebolt would really work well in America.
They would be like, America's enraged. America's enraged.
I
We're
mean,
gonna boycott it.
there were people like up in arms about the whole Lord of the Rings of Power cast. So you never know. You have to watch out for that because that can dig into your bottom line.
America's man. I don't believe in studies anymore. I don't believe in like the enraged. Those
Do you watch any of those shows or movies that usually that get people divided on? Like, did you watch Rings of Power?
No, I couldn't get into it.
No, I watched it.
House of Dragons, the same thing.
I couldn't get into House of Dragons. Everybody was enraged. How can
Yeah,
you?
the-
How
People,
can you?
I didn't hear anybody enraged about
My
House of
thing is
Dragons.
how can you watch
Yeah.
a TV show?
because they had the one black guy who was a Targaryen.
Yeah, and apparently his character was like solid.
But he was awesome.
he
But
wa-
people were all mad. They're like, oh, but if you actually watch the show, he's not like actually
Yeah.
a blood relative. He
Yeah.
does have like the blonde hair and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he married into the family.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't. I hate when you see those headlines. America's in rage. Like, how do you just sit there and then you're like, oh my god, I just gotta.
I just gotta do. I got my nerd rage going. I got my
Did you-
nerd rage. Did you know Goku was Asian?
What?
What?
I know.
I don't believe
I
it.
don't get
I'm
it.
enraged.
I'm enraged.
I can't stand when people
Look,
do
even
that.
Chris can't believe it, dude. And he's the nostalgia.
Or the studies.
Disgusting.
Studies show that if you eat four pieces of broccoli, that you'll gain 8 points in IQ. Studies show that if you eat 4 pieces
That's
of
not true. I
broccoli-
eat broccoli almost every day, and I'm dumb as hell.
But that's all I'm saying is not like that's what it came down to.
No,
Ev-
it's just fake content, dude.
It's-
It's just people like scratching for stuff.
Yeah, you'll see like whole YouTube videos like based off of what like a one like tweet said.
But I'm just saying too, it's like every
But
time
you gotta respect the grind.
but when people say, hey, you should listen to me because studies say everything, there's a study for everything, right?
I mean, there's a study for everything, but there's not always an official study. Most accepted studies are peer reviewed, and there's a lot of people that grasp for straws on ones that aren't.
Studies show.
Yeah. But you can just say that, you know? It doesn't
Yeah,
mean
I
you have to
know.
link it.
I know.
You know what I really hate though is like news articles that quote random tweets in them. I'm like, what?
That's
What is that? I
terrible.
don't care what this person said. They're like, and Twitter users are just like flipping, and then like you know, it's like I don't. Who cares about these randos? And what they're saying?
I
They're
know
like,
people really see Twitter as real life, and it's insane that this is the way society is. But you can make bank like getting yourself like known as a niche internet celebrity.
Yeah.
Because like magazines like Rolling Stones, even Vogue or something like that will reach out to you and be like, "Yo, we need your opinion on this stat random dude whose name is like Fart Cummer 96."
yeah. Did you hear what he just said? He quoted, this is his tweet. You know what I mean? Like people. Oh
And
my
like
God.
I remember back in like during the BML protests back in 2020, it was me and my friend group, and we started a viral tweet
Mm.
about canceling. It was ACAB, you know, all cops are bastards was trending, and so so as a joke, we came up with a tweet about like canceling Paw Patrol.
Okay.
Whoa,
And-
whoa! My kids would have killed you. Didn't they do something about Paw Patrol?
Yeah, it actually went viral
What was wrong with Paw
Yeah.
Patrol?
because one of the lead
cop.
characters was a cop dog. So we're
Chase.
like ACAB includes Paw Patrol.
Oh my gosh.
And it
Dude,
just
they canceled Cops the show, bro.
They
And then
did.
Well, they brought it back.
they did.
I can't. What's with these people?
Lego
bro?
came out with a police station like for their like modular towns, and they removed it from shelves,
Yeah.
which sucks because I wanted it. It was
Also, they also
cool.
ruined. You ever watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine? The
Yeah,
last season, they like threw it out and they rewrote it, and it sucked, dude. And
yeah.
They ended that show in like the worst season possible.
It sucks because like Andy Samberg is
It's
fucking
hilarious.
awesome. That dude
Yeah.
is so
they
fucking funny.
ruined that show.
Hilarious.
They ruined it.
Oh,
It sucks. He should come
was
out with a new
so
Lonely
good.
Island album.
oh my God. You know what though? Like, what do people think when they're like, yeah, we should get rid of the cops?
They're overly generalizing, really.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
like,
there was the people who were like, you know, like, oh, that money should be used in different ways instead of like militarizing the police.
Right.
mm.
That's like, and they're like, well, that's what they really mean. It's like, no, that's not what most of these people are saying.
Some of these
Like-
people, some of these people are indeed psychos, but there is a good
Yeah.
bit that do mean just taking a bit off the top and moving it to like, you know, social programs.
People want to
which
live.
I can understand the logic.
Do
in.
people want to live
the
in
police
like
budget is huge.
But do they want to live in the Wild Wild West though?
Skimming off the top isn't going to skimming off the top of like a couple $1 billion isn't going to create the Wild Wild West.
No, I mean like if they defund the police, right? They get rid
Well,
of the police. Then you're
I
gonna be
think the problem is it's not even that. It's like they're only talking about major metropolitan areas like NYPD, Chicago PD, LAPD. Most police departments though don't have that kind of budget, dude.
Right.
yeah.
If you're saying defund the police for these like shitty little sheriff offices, like you're fucked, dude. Like those people are like making like 40 grand a year.
Yeah.
like,
It's
barely
true.
surviving.
40 grand a year, yeah. But like some of them, like one of the logic I remember someone was trying to explain it to me was like, police don't prevent crime, they just respond to it. I'm like, what else is they supposed to do? Predict it?
I know.
Yeah, what is this Minority Report?
Minority Report,
Exactly.
man. I swear.
I mean, how do you prevent crime if not, you know, respond to it?
I can't. People. Why are people dumb nowadays? Why are they
There's
so
just
dumb?
no nuance in the world, bro. It's the internet.
There is no nuance anymore. There's just the extreme people are always the loudest, you know? But it's the thing is like, you know, that's the internet, right? The internet isn't how most America thinks.
No, yeah, not even close.
But
Not
unfortunately,
even
like
close.
our mass media right now, and that's why a lot of people are leaving like MSN and stuff like that and going to like fringe medias for better or for worse, is because, you know, they usually take their information from like such a small circle, you know?
MSN.
like,
What is
reactionaries.
MSN?
What? MSM?
Yeah, what is that?
Mainstream
Mainstream
media.
media.
Oh man, I've been off mainstream media for like years. Like 10, 15 years
That's
now.
bullshit, dude. I know
Nah,
you
dude.
like yourself some CNN, some
No.
MSNBC,
I
The
used-
the only reason CNN's still around is because airports.
Because-
and hospitals, and hospitals.
And hospitals.
Oh my
DMVs.
god. I used to tell people all the time. I'm like, dude, why do you watch that? Because for me, I always thought they were like propaganda. Like I just thought it was propaganda. And then if you get on there, all you ever hear on there is like bad stuff.
Mhm.
So I'm like, dude, why why do you want to just nothing on the news but the blues? So why do you just want to be like, oh, it's so
Dude.
bad. Oh, it's
If it bleeds, it leads.
yeah, and yeah, that's true. And then my mom's always like, "Don't you want to know what's happening in the world?" No. Well, I mean, I was
I
like,
mean, of course you do, just not through a lens.
"You do, yeah, just not through a lens."
Yeah.
Like, dude, and I mean, like, if it's really important, the news will get to you, like, through some other way. Like, it will just happen.
Dude, I remember when I was working for my political science minor in West Virginia. One of the things is like we can work on a political campaign for some credits. So I was like, okay. So I worked for this no name. He wasn't going to win governor, Republican governor in West Virginia. And I remember walking in because I knew a guy who also worked for him. And I remember walking into that little conference room and I go CNN, more like Communist News Network. And they
Yeah.
started clapping.
You're like, this guy gets it.
This
They're
guy
like, "This
gets
guy
it."
gets it.
And I remember at work there was this guy all the time, Fox News. He would
Yeah, I
turn
know who
on
you're
the
talking
TV and
about.
Fox News all the time.
That dude would ask me so many questions for Obama. I was like, what makes you think I care?
But he
What?
was
Please tell me what makes you think I care.
he was a creep though. He was a creep.
Dude, he would get heated. It was insane.
This guy, he watched Fox News. This was his religion. Fox News was his religion. He was like 5'11", like
Dude.
45 years old, 300 pounds.
But that's one of the things. Like you notice these things, man. Dude, people like information. Information is king. We live in the age of information. And so you see a lot of people like, even if it's like, that's why they pick like shitty tweets
Yeah.
like that no one really pays attention to. It had like 40 impressions. No one paid
Right.
attention to, but they see it as news because they're trying to rile up a reactionary. Because as soon as you get that base, dude, you can feed them whatever you want and you can make a ton of money if you have a loyal base, dude. Look at QAnon.
But here's the thing now. Information has been oversaturated.
Has it though?
Yes. Yes.
People generally
Yes, 'cause-
distrust a lot of information now. I feel like that market
Yeah,
is
because
still
it's been-
ripe.
No, because it's oversaturated. Everybody has a study. Everything is doing this.
You're stuck on them studies, bro.
I'm
What
telling you,
Jesus.
man, because that's what information
And all
is.
studies. All studies are
Studies.
bastards.
They're all like, study shows this, poll
Yeah,
shows
same.
this. I'm telling
What
you.
happened is you click on one study and it's the algorithm, man. I think you're just inundated.
Everybody, because
And
everybody.
you keep clicking on them.
No,
they
here's the
keep
thing.
coming up.
No, I'm telling you, because people go, oh, where's the source? Where did you hear this from? Study show.
I
That's
mean,
their
there's
source. That's
nothing
always
wrong with
the
asking
source.
for a source.
I know, but I'm telling you that the source is always saying studies show this. It's always a study. Who are doing these studies?
Scientists, peer
There's
reviewed
thousands of universities
You-
across the world.
Yep. people who pay for like peer reviewed group studies.
Well, I mean, where do people find these studies?
They
Do-
usually
do they
publish them, yeah.
Do they publish them?
Journals, yeah.
Journals, yeah.
Like political journals, science journals, sociology journals.
You're like you're just wrong here. I don't understand. Like,
Like again,
But hold on,
studies
that's
aren't a terrible thing.
it's not a terrible thing, but I'm just saying if you question anybody's information, they always, and you're like, okay, what's the source? They always say studies. It doesn't matter what side of the argument.
Are you mad about the studies or mad about being wrong?
No, I don't care about being wrong. I'm wrong all the time. What I'm saying is,
I'm wrong constantly.
like right now.
Well, hold on. I mean, like, are you like every information that is brought to you on the internet? They will always cite their source as studies, right?
Do
but
they
I'm
link
sa-
the studies at least?
Or usually you can like click to the study. Like,
I
you
know
click
that,
the
but
one.
I mean, but I'm saying is that's what people always say. Like that's always their source. It doesn't like you could be on both sides of the argument, and both sides will have studies showing that their side is right, and all they say their credibility is studies show.
I mean,
I-
there's veracity to the depending on who conducted the study.
Yeah, like if it's peer reviewed, how big the
Yeah.
pool was.
Like if it's like the Trump for president, like, super PAC, it's not really,
Cat turd
it's
poll
biased
said.
there, or like, yeah, like, Democrats for life, conducted this poll. It's like, yeah, you take that kind of stuff with like a grain of salt. But like
Yeah.
if it's like, oh, Harvard Medical School,
It's
or
true.
Stanford or whatever, and not Phoenix Online, Phoenix
It's true.
University.
Seeing who conducted those polls or those, especially the polls or studies, can really mean a lot. Like, say,
Yeah.
like some people have showed me polls done by the Heritage Institute.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't give a fuck what they say
Yeah.
because they're biased.
Okay, but we're talking about dumb people, right?
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of
Any of
them.
those.
There's
Me
a lot
included.
of them, and all you have to say to get your point across is study show. That's what I mean. Like I'm that because it doesn't matter if you get it from Harvard or anything, like you said. All you have to say now is study show, and people are like, "Well, study show."
Man, I get it. I mean, like, that's why I'm like, the favorite in my family because study shows.
Study,
Study show. I'm sorry.
No, that's- study show.
I conducted a poll of,
Of one person, and they
Oh.
said I was the best.
yeah. Sample size is not really important here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Margin of error was 0.
Mm. How do you guys get your information?
I mean, like, I just look things up, see
But
if it seems legit,
Yeah.
and then move on from there. If I get corrected, I get corrected.
Well-
It depended on their source, really.
Yeah.
You don't get it.
Depends on the information I'm looking for. If
Yeah.
it's like about like American domestic politics or something, I like to look at like international news.
Ooh.
Like Al Jazeera or something.
Oh hell yeah.
Or like RT TV.
No, like BBC or something like that.
Mm.
BBC, Al Jazeera. You said
RT.
I'm
you
not-
said
I'm not
RT,
reading
dude. I don't know.
RT.
No, come on,
Straight
dude.
propaganda,
That's
dude.
just Russia, dude.
Like Al Jazeera is not much better, but they like have like,
It seems they're unbiased enough. RT, I mean, like what was that? They had that one show like Redacted. That wasn't so bad, but it's still propaganda.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, nobody watches that.
but like when you're talking about America, at least like that like BBC is gonna have like a bend or some kind of slant
Yeah.
to it, but it's like it's not an American slant, so you can
Yeah.
kind of like read through.
Ooh, yeah.
You know
what I mean?
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
left wing and right wing in Britain is different from here.
Yeah.
You know,
Is it really?
they have their own slights.
Mm.
So when you talk about like, let's say like Labor or Tory, it's not really as black and white as like Republican and liberal.
Mm. Yeah.
But like, yeah, if you want to know like domestic policy, seeing a news source that isn't American, it can really help you with your insights.
Because I mean, like, everything is all biased now.
Well, it's biased.
Yeah.
But if you look for like what's going on in America, it's always just like, something happened, but America is still the greatest country on earth, baby.
Well,
No,
I mean,
I think that
it is.
it can be biased, but you just as long as they're open about their bias.
Yeah.
Which is rare
It's
to
when
really
they're
see.
not. Then you're just like,
It's when you're not.
But you got to be able to discern it at the same time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, that's pretty much what I do. I mean, like, when you look for information, like new information, and then you look at it and then you read it and you understand it and you're like, oh, you know what? This clicks. This is kind of right. And then you read something else about it and you're like, nah, there's just no way. I
Well,
don't
because
believe.
every story has its sides,
Yeah. I know that. That's what I'm saying. And studies show both sides.
that's why on Twitter I try to like follow people from all over the place.
Okay, Elon.
It's true though.
Yeah.
No, I
Like,
get it.
you can follow some wild people. And I just love seeing the same thing like on both sides.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh yeah, I knew you'd say that.
Yeah, of course. It's the same side. Everyone will defend their side. It's politics is a lot like football. People have their team and they will defend them to the death and
Yeah,
make
I know.
excuses for
Yeah.
them to
Yeah.
the death, dude.
I know.
Like for the right, like Trump is their Joe Burrow, dude. Picture being a Bengals fan and Joe Burrow slips up. He didn't. He was injured. He just had a bad game. He's still the king.
Still
I
the
think
king.
Trump's more like the Aaron Rodgers. Like,
No, no, I would say Tom Brady. What scandal? It was fake.
What?
Deflategate totally
Oh
didn't
my
happen. It was
God.
made up. Roger Goodell just has it in for us.
But I still think we are in an information age, and now it's like oversaturated.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things trying to bombard your interest
Yeah.
and like your leanings because people stand to make a lot of bags off those leanings. You know,
Yeah.
if you are their trusted news source, you're going to donate to them, and they're always asking for donations.
Always.
Them and politicians, that's what they want. You know,
Mhm.
if something bad happens, instead of doing something about it, they just send you an email and be like, so and so happened. That's why we need your donations today to stop this from happening.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think about the paper mache alien?
You mean from Mexico?
Yeah, as soon as I saw that, I instantly was like, somebody.
Real. I thought it was real.
Dude.
I was just like,
Dude,
we
I
did it.
saw it. I was like, there's no way this is real.
I was like, dude.
Did you see the meme where somebody's like cutting it? It's actually a fake, it's a cake.
I was like, dude, so many people are working so hard, diligently, and then Mexico is gonna pull a stunt like this, dude.
Did you see that? So the guy who like brought it to them, like he got busted a couple years ago
For being a
for-
fraud, right?
for being a fraud because he said this is an alien. It was a mummified child.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh my bad." Like, yeah, you got me. Like, I was like, dude, like these aliens, like I thought they like made them out of like shitty cement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like no, I literally when I saw it,
I was like, "There's no way."
I instantly
for
was thinking
dumping.
paper mache.
The only thing
was
I can
like,
say, if
somebody made this in elementary school, an art teacher or something.
you say these aliens came from a guy who's also busted by fraud.
Yeah,
So when can you link me to the Joe Rogan episode?
that he's what?
He's going to be on Joe Rogan one day.
No,
Yes, he
no,
is. Yes,
no,
he is. Yes,
no.
he is.
No, because if we,
Following enough recent Joe Rogan because he's very skeptical.
yeah, Joe Rogan is
Why
skeptical
Why not
on
talk
everything.
to him if he's skeptical?
Because
No. So his new thing is he's like I think there's so much information coming out, and he's like I want to believe so bad, but it just smells like bullshit.
yeah.
The alien looks real to me, dude.
No, here's the thing, because he's saying,
What?
yeah, I know. What Joe Rogan is saying is like, if the government is coming out with aliens,
Yeah.
right, they're distracting you for something,
From something else.
for
yeah.
something else. Like they're taking your focus.
So what are they taking our focus away?
I don't know, because there's always saying if the
Those
right
ice walls
hand,
are melting.
yeah, probably.
Probably.
They always say if they show you the right hand, always watch out for the left.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is very true. But I want to believe.
Yeah,
I
me
want to
too.
belive so bad.
I actually
dude.
really do.
So
bad.
so
I do.
bad.
I do. It's like I said in an early episode, dude. I just take me to your galactic civilization, dude. I'm ready to leave this place behind. I'm gone, dude. I'd be
Ugh.
gone. They'd be like, you can't see anyone ever again. I'd be like, when we going, bro?
Dude.
Relax, Elon.
Yeah. I
Chill.
can't believe they're like
Dude, that bro has like 50 kids. You can't just leave them behind.
He does a pretty good job right now. Dude. He's a billionaire. Like, he's like knocking up random people.
Is that's what he's doing?
Yeah. He's got 10 kids, dude, by like 4 different women.
Yeah.
That's
He's part of this natalist society that's going on.
I think I want to join that society.
The natalist society, you're not rich or
not
smart
good.
enough.
Oh.
These are a bunch of like rich, high-minded people that think they need to repopulate the earth with their broods so humanity evolves into higher creatures.
Are they right or wrong?
I don't know if it's that sinister. I think there are people who are actually worried about population.
Yeah, I think they said.
I think that's a
the Earth
legitimate
is-
fear.
Yeah, it's underpopulated, right? Where
Yeah.
We have like 8 billion people on Earth.
yeah, but
It's
I mean,
not that
like,
many though.
but they said like with China, doing the One Child Act, it's cutting their people down a lot drastically in like 50 years or
Dude,
something.
Japan. I was just watching this
Japan-
video
yeah.
in Japan.
Yeah,
They think they're gonna. It's like 120 something million there. They think it's gonna get down to 50 million in like 20 years.
Yeah, because half
Yeah.
their population is in retirement age.
well, that and they're fucking robots.
Yeah.
So, like,
and
yeah, the incel society there. Yeah, it's pretty.
like, wild out
Dude,
there.
Vice did a documentary on it. It was like a dude who's like an incel. He can't get a girlfriend and stuff. And it's like the dude interviewing him is like some white guy, right? And like the videographer, like recording it was like his Japanese girlfriend. I was like, why you're just like making fun of this man?
He's like, I got one. And she's super hot. She's very good."
She was like this super hot Japanese woman. It's like, dude, you can't see that you're just like kind of mocking this guy
Oh
right
my
now.
Yeah.
God.
And like, I think Russia, their population really hasn't.
Yeah.
Their population has recovered since World War II.
Yeah,
It's-
and they're in war
no,
now.
no. Actually, you know what it is? Look it up. They had a really big abortion problem.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, because so it kind of stems from like the fall of the Soviet Union, and like women didn't want to like settle down. They became like more career minded and less like in the house.
Yeah.
And so they were just like they were using, and contraceptives weren't like very readily available, so they would get like these illegal abortions.
Oh.
And that's the thing is like they became like so much more like they went from like hard commie to like super capitalist. Some of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's like a major issue out there is like abortion. Like I think they have one of the highest abortion rates in the world.
Yeah.
Ah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's something really wild. And it has to do with just like they're like, nah, like I don't have
Yeah.
time to start a family.
Yeah.
I need to support myself.
Yep.
Man.
I think that's what's happening
Gorbachev
here.
tore
right?
down a lot of walls, huh?
Oh, buddy. And like most of the dudes out there are like alcoholics. And so the women they don't rely on the dudes.
Yeah.
And if you're not an alcoholic, you're conscripted to the army.
Yeah, I imagine that one.
You
Did-
know, and then you're out in like Siberia.
That's what I thought was probably going to be the main thing, was because like I know that's why like the Russian mail order bride was a big thing, because like there were so many women in Russia
Yeah,
because all
ordering
the men were like
Svetlana.
dead or in
No, you know what? Korea is the same way.
really.
Yeah. So when I was going through Korean, we had this whole lesson on multi-racial families, and Korea's
Korea
I won't say they're
doesn't
racist, but they discriminate pretty hard. And
Like
so,
to everyone
yeah,
but Korean.
No, somebody told me that too.
yeah, they're pretty much
Yeah.
like, hey, if you don't marry a Korean, like you're kind of shunned.
Yeah.
And they would also have these dudes like out in like really rural Korea, like farmers and stuff,
Right.
that would have to like marry like Filipino, or they'd have to like do mail order kind of stuff, and they'd bring them over and they'd marry them, but they just married them because they needed like companionship and they wouldn't have a family and like
Understandable.
help run the farm. But then they became shunned because they didn't marry a
Oh.
Korean.
That's wild,
It's wild.
dude.
It's
Is
it's like it's a huge issue. In
Is
Korea.
it like an open shun, or is it like
Oh yeah.
oh yeah? Oh wow.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Really?
It's
If
not
you-
like they don't try. I mean, they're not. They're pretty modest, but like
Dude, I have a friend who's in the Navy, and he was deployed to Korea for a while, and he was just like, man, I've never seen women so fucking modest. You can't talk to them about anything, really.
oh no, yeah, you can't. They won't even laugh in front of you. They'll like cover their face.
Yeah.
Like that's a big thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Or if they laugh too hard, they apologize.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's wild. But is that like both sexes or just the males? Like if you marry outside.
Well, he just
No.
said.
Oh, if you're a female and you marry outside of a Korean, bro, you might as well leave the country. Like, yeah,
or you'll
that's
get
insane.
they'll probably beat you or something, right?
it's just like it's humiliating to the
Really?
like it's very honor bound. You know what I mean? They're very Confucian in their
Okay.
Okay,
ways.
yeah.
It's really like Korea is it's an amalgamation of like wanting to be traditional but also very Western and modern at the same time.
Of course.
And so they got to balance these like weird,
Yeah,
like,
dynamics. Or
you know,
whatever,
it's so odd being over there.
Like freedom mixed with traditionalism or something like that.
Yeah, it's like yeah, we want to be like forward leaning, like technologically, but like
Mhm.
culturally, like
yeah. No.
know,
Yeah.
you don't see too many non-Koreans walking around, and if they're non-Koreans walking around, like you're either a tourist
Yeah.
or you're like military.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Or famous. Right? Or famous. Or well, tourist. Yeah, it doesn't
I
matter.
mean, they're
My-
tourists at that point.
My
I don't
one
know. I mean, I hear Seoul is pretty fucking lit.
somebody told
mean,
me
That was pretty fucking wild.
but somebody told me that like if you go to like Korea for like a layover on they won't let you leave the airport. Like they're kind of like strict on things like that.
No, you can leave the airport,
Yeah.
like because you don't need a visa to go to Korea.
Yeah.
You don't really?
No, I think you can stay for 30 days without a visa.
Damn.
It's like a 10-hour flight though, right?
It
Yeah,
depends
depending
where
on
you
where you
leave
fly
from.
from. I flew direct from DC. It was like 14 hours.
Yeah, it's gonna be closer if you fly to like California.
It's a long fucking flight. Yeah, San Francisco is like 10 hours. Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
What about North Korea? Don't they?
Yeah, let's fly to North Korea.
Hold on, no. Doesn't North Korea? Don't they like they kidnap like Chinese women, right?
Japanese and Chinese. No, they kidnap Japanese, not really Chinese, because they're still
Japanese and Filipino.
yeah.
Golly, man.
Yeah.
That
Like
is
if you,
And the only reason they do the Japanese is because they have their little enclave in Japan.
right. And if you've seen like, the defectors like Dresnok and stuff like that, they had like
Mhm.
Japanese wives and stuff like
I
that.
think we talked about this before.
Did we?
No.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, like so all the American defectors, they wouldn't let them marry Koreans because
Mhm.
they want to keep it pure. So they would go and kidnap these women from like Japan.
Right.
What
That-
does North Korea have in Japan?
They have like this little enclave, like this
Yeah.
weird little like North Korean settlement in Japan.
Right. It's funny because they
Yeah.
kidnap Japanese people, but they really don't like Japan. Like one of Kim
Oh.
Jong Un's brothers went to Disneyland in Japan, and he was pretty much ostracized.
How does
That's why
Japan?
he got killed.
Yeah.
How does Japan let them have that there?
Well, I mean, it's not technically run by North Korea. It's just like this group of North Koreans that like
Oh.
expats that kind of live there, but like it's kind of weird. You kind of like got to read about it. But
Oh.
like, that's where a lot of our information on North Korea comes from because they like push a lot of their propaganda out to them.
Okay.
Because it's such a big population.
Yeah.
And they let them just kind of like hang out there, but they wanted to be like North Koreanized.
Jeez.
Yeah, because there's still people that see North Korea as like, misunderstood. Let's say that much.
Yeah, not many though.
Yeah. Not. Yeah.
Actually, there's some in South Korea that believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably because are they old? Like before the war? Before it's like.
Before the war? No, not really. It's like the younger generation.
I can see that because they don't know they haven't experienced the Korean War or anything like that. They don't really know too much, especially since like it's still under a truce. It's not really a peace, It's
Yeah.
just a
Yeah, so
ceasefire.
Yeah, you got the armistice. I think most people just feel like, hey, like it's not the North Korean people, it's the government. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's,
yeah,
it's like one of
yeah.
those things. We're like, why are we screwing these people over with aid? When it's really the government. That kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
And there's
But-
there's a logic in that.
Why don't they just go in there? Like, why don't we just go in there? Is it because of China?
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean-
China sees North Korea as like the buffer.
Yeah.
between the
Okay.
Americans at their
Yeah.
That's the reason North
North
Korea
Korea.
exists anyway, because we
Yeah.
would have taken them out if China didn't enter
Because
the
I was
war.
gonna say, like, this just
No.
seems.
Have you ever heard the story about the Chinese during the Korean War? So they used to like, we almost pushed all the way up to the Yalu River, like on the border of China, and the Chinese soldiers would, because they didn't have a lot of ammunition, they would pre-wrap tourniquets around all four limbs,
Mm.
and so they would run in the fire. If they got
Oh
shot, they
my
would just tighten the tourniquet and
God.
keep running.
It's pretty
And
smart.
it was like they were pre-set. It's
Eh,
wild.
Yeah, that's
dude.
like kamikaze soldiers. Just like,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
what?
They would tighten a tourniquet to stop the bleeding, and then they would just keep going. And they had it on all four limbs, so it didn't matter.
Dude, the war was wild. Like, if we didn't enter, dude, it was going to be like Vietnam, where the North Koreans just were going to overrun. South Korea was on the losing side before we went in there.
Yeah.
North Korea was way more developed than South Korea.
Yes,
Mm,
it was way more developed. MacArthur
wasn't
wanted to
until the
bomb
80s.
the place.
mm.
He wanted to nuke it.
Yes, he wanted to nuke it until like the British were like, "Yo, you can't do that." Because Eisenhower thought about it.
Yo, the South Koreans love MacArthur. He's like a god.
I mean,
them.
he kind of has that like bravado, Like if you look
Isn't
through the
it-
lens of history, he has that, with the corn cob pipe. The dude who's just like,
He had some wild title in the Philippines. He was like Supreme President for life or something. In the Philippines.
well, he was the dude who he promised to come back, and he did.
Yeah,
Probably
it's
did.
something wild in the Filipinos love him too.
I'm surprised because like the Filipinos, they rebelled against us a couple of times.
Yeah, they're small people.
Teddy Roosevelt was just like, "Yo, you guys are ours."
Yeah.
That's pretty much what happened. Like we took them from we took
British,
the
right?
Philippines, no, from the Spanish.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Spanish,
And the
Spanish.
Philippines was like, yeah, America, freedom. That means we're getting our freedom. And Teddy Roosevelt was just like,
Jeez.
yeah.
It was
Gee.
like Feliz Navidad, motherfucker.
Yeah, pretty much. dude.
Right.
It was wild. Same thing happened in Cuba. And then, of course,
Yeah.
Fidel happened
What's
after
it-
Batista sucked.
Well, what's the buffer for Cuba? I mean,
there
like-
is no buffer.
There is no buffer, bro. It was the Russians for
Yeah.
a minute. And that's about it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's where the Bay of Pigs were coming from.
yeah. Because I was thinking, like, why don't we just take over Cuba?
We can't
Why?
because the
What's the
Russians
point?
will retaliate. It was at the time.
I mean, not anymore.
not
Yeah,
anymore.
I mean,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now we're trying to we try to open relations with them, but since Obama, it's kind of fizzled out a little bit. And then
Yeah.
the whole Havana syndrome.
Havana syndrome.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where all these guys are trying to repopulate the earth because they're having population problems around the world. Because I mean, like, not now we're populated, but in the next like 30, 50 years, because studies show.
Studies show,
Well,
especially in the Asian countries, though, outside of like India, like
Yeah, India. Yeah.
India, Pakistan, like they're all right, but
Because
India is still growing in population.
and
India has the biggest population in the world.
I think it's gonna be,
They've surpassed China.
but it's gonna be over. I think it's gonna be overtaken by like countries in Africa.
Africa as a whole is rising in population.
Yeah.
As a whole,
I don't know, man. I just don't know if we need 2 billion IT, customer service representatives.
Or
I was about to say,
or
like, when you
scammers.
said the India thing, I was just realizing I was like, I gotta hold on to my IT job here.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
I mean,
Thank you for
I
calling,
work-
buddy.
I will say this: I work with a couple Indians. Those people work fucking hard, dude. They work
Bro,
hard as
bro,
shit.
Their first language is Python.
Yeah,
And then
I
it's
know,
like-
dude. Yeah,
Like,
like,
that's how it is, dude. These motherfuckers can code.
dude.
I'm not gonna lie. When I'm stuck on something, I go to my man Serini, dude. He knows how to fix that issue real fast.
And here's the thing: you're like, where the fuck did you learn this? And like, when did you encounter this specific situation?
That's it.
And he's just like, okay, buddy, I know how to do this right now. So what
Okay,
you got to
buddy.
do is code
Yeah.
just like this, and the logic goes. I was like, thank you, man. You're the best.
They're good, bro.
Like when you're learning, like even when you're learning to do to figure out a new technology, if you click on a YouTube video and if they have an
always
Indian
an Indian.
accent, and B, if they have like a Kenyan accent, you're getting some good shit going. You're gonna learn something.
Bro,
oh my
100%. That's how I learned discrete math. In one of my classes, I just watched this whole YouTube thing. This Indian guy just walking me through it, and I was like, "Thank God."
God, dude, I know, dude. I learned how to do a lot of front end engineering from like
Yeah.
Indian accents, but like database, man, like the Kenyan accents, they came in clutch, dude.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, so
Okay,
this is how we're going to
my
learn
friend.
Postgres. I'm telling
Yes.
you, my friend,
Okay.
My friend.
my friend, and that's how you got your Postgres, my friend.
Dude, yeah, I know. It's so crazy because like we're like so technology advanced in them, and they're like just you're right, they are just born with it. They are just
Well, man, some of those like the higher populations of like India, where they are like Kolkata and stuff like that. They're not great.
Mm.
So you got to learn a very marketable skill if you ever want to leave that place.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, that's where outsourcing came in, man.
Yeah.
Like, we just started outsourcing that shit.
Yep.
And
Mhm.
like, like, hey, it's like here in the States, like, what the big industry is, and you're gonna tailor your interest towards doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
You know,
so
if you
true.
have any kind of like aptitude, you're gonna just gravitate because that's where the money is.
Right.
Mm,
That's
And
what
when you're like struggling,
you so
you know what I
weak.
mean, and you like coming up from poverty, like you
Yeah.
have the opportunity, like you're gonna do it.
you're gonna
Yeah.
do it, and you don't want to become a scammer. There was like a good month where I listened to nothing but like those scammer busters and stuff like that.
Oh my
And
god.
it's always just like, hey, buddy, my friend Steve Harvey is giving you $2 million.
all you have to do is just send me $1 million.
Yeah, we need you to go to CVS and pick up a couple gift cards.
Gift cards, dude. I love that. Like, you know what? We see you later on your taxes, and we have the IRS. You're going to pay us an Apple gift cards. You're like, wait a second.
I'm like, yes, just Apple gift cards and
You're
I'm
like,
tax free. Yes.
200 $20 an apple?
Yeah, I'm doing this every time.
Yeah, you're like, that ain't even a fucking iPhone.
This
Damn,
shit
dude.
kills me, dude. It kills me every time. And there's just people playing stupid. It's like, you know, with a voice changer, they're old people going like, "Oh, I gotta see if my grandson is okay with this."
It's so good, dude.
I still get like
Yeah.
random texts from like friends, and they're just like, "Hey, man, can you tell me if this is a scam?" I was just like looking at the link. I'm like, "Yeah, it's a fucking scam."
Scams,
Dude.
man.
Hey, I don't want to change the subject, but you're asking because we got off on a wild 40-minute tangent about making bags. I'm getting ready. We're gonna close on that 6-unit building in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, how's that
Yeah,
going?
Yeah.
So you're about
Pretty good.
pretty
Yeah,
good.
Like
Yeah.
we signed the contract. We signed the contract.
You said it's 6 units.
6
Yeah.
units. Yeah. So it's a building in Baltimore. It's 6 units. 2 of them are rented. I'm talking to oh shit, actually I got to email that guy today.
Damn.
A property management company. And it's like we're just gonna go for it, dude. Like
This is a
it's
big
in the
deal.
works. Like we're gonna
Yeah.
close. And
Yeah, this
like,
is your first complex, right?
so we have the 1-2 unit thing, but yeah, it's not even dude. It's just a converted row home, well,
Okay.
townhome. Although like when you walk through it, it's like pretty legit. Like the interior, like the public area is like pretty nice. You know what I mean? Like it's got
Yeah.
like smoke detectors and lights that are 24/7 and
Do you have to do
and
any
stuff like
fixer
that.
uppers?
one
Just one?
Just one.
unit, the 1 unit. So like 2 of the people have been living there for like 20 years.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And the one guy died.
Oh snap.
Damn.
And his unit is pretty gross.
Yeah.
I imagine
he
if he
been
was
living-
close to death, he'd stop maintaining it.
Well, he was living there so long and they never like renovated it. And then the other lady who's been living there for a while, her place is super nice. Really, really nice.
Right.
And then the other units they renovated and they got one rented. So we got to renovate his. So we got 4 units we need to get rented out, but I think we can do it within the next like 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll be clear. We should be cash positive by the end of the year.
What about rent? What are you gonna rent them out for?
Jeez.
So it depends. So I'm gonna just go based off of the one guy who was the newest tenant. It's a 1-bedroom, and it's $990 a month or something like that.
Mhm.
900.
Is that good for the
something?
area? I'm not like.
Yeah. It's pretty good for the area.
Is this like East
actually really good.
Baltimore or something?
It's like no, it's like West Baltimore.
Okay.
Yeah, like Northwest Baltimore, not quite all the way to Mondawmin. It's like right outside of Bolton Hill, which is a really nice area. Well, it's an up and coming, like really nice area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where like I was like looking at rents the other day. I go over literally on the same street, but maybe like 1 block down. Somebody trying to rent a place for like $1,500 a month.
Oh wow.
And here's the thing, though, it's been on the market for a minute because I think they overdid it. It's
Yeah.
super nice.
Okay.
And this is not the area where like people are like looking for that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
They want something that's like safe, decent, but they're not like they don't need marble countertops.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they're just
Right,
like
a
you know,
smart
they're not.
fridge.
Yeah, exactly. You're looking like that's a dope place, but
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
not in this neighborhood at least. So we'll see. Like I think if we average $1,000 a unit, we're gonna be making some money.
Jeez. Yeah.
Yeah, $1,000 a unit.
Yeah. That's
I-
6,000.
So you're
I'll
saying
even,
it's like in an up and
Yeah.
coming area? Like I want to say,
In a couple years, it's gonna be really nice. Yeah.
is
it's gonna
is
be like,
this like stemmed from like development like around M&T and like Camden?
no, not really, because it's a little too far west for that. A lot of abandoned buildings that they're kind of renovating.
Okay.
Like there's like $120 million renovation project in the area.
Now,
yeah.
how long are you gonna have it and before you 1031 this?
So here's the interesting thing. So, and I didn't know this was we're actually buying the LLC that owns the property.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, which I didn't know was like a thing.
Yeah.
Is it the
So
is that the only thing they cover? Is that the LLC is only for that
Yeah.
building? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So a lot of people will just set up an LLC to own the actual, well, like the property, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But here's the other issue is that the LLC itself is owned by another LLC.
Do you have
So
to
there's a
buy
lot
that
of
one
paperwork
too?
and legal. No. But they didn't want to do it at first because like the paperwork is gonna.
Oh, it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. And the other issue we ran into is that our LLC could not buy the property because the 1031 is in our individual names. and not in the LLC's name.
Uh,
And I was like, oh shit.
yeah. Well, I mean, like, this is your first time doing it, so I mean, like,
Yeah.
but how do you like? So how do you get the? So
Got
So
it.
we're buying the ownership stake of the
okay.
LLC. that owns the
Oh,
property.
okay.
Yeah.
Now, how does that affect your 1031 though? Because if you have it in
It
your,
doesn't.
oh, it
No, we
doesn't.
can still use it because
Oh,
as
okay.
long as it's like in our names,
Yeah.
because the 1031 is for tax purposes.
Yeah, for tax.
So
Yeah.
our socials have to be like, involved.
Okay.
And because when you have an LLC with more than one person, you get your own tax ID, right? Your
Yeah.
company gets an EIN. If
Mhm.
you were the sole proprietor of an LLC, you can just use your own personal social.
Right.
But because we don't have that, it was like, oh, you can't do it. So they were like, you can each open up your own LLC, and together your LLCs can buy this LLC. I was like, no, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we're just buying it as an individual or buying the LLC.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, because that seemed like a lot of like hoop jumping.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
ridiculous. I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's pretty cool though. What are you gonna? What's the LLC's name?
it's just the address of the
Oh yeah. Mm.
of the building, and then like LLC. Yeah,
Beautiful name. Beautiful name. Well,
Yeah.
at least if it's in the up and coming area, that's nice because I'm sure all of us would like to see Baltimore renovated because it is Charm City after all, and a little charm back into the city would be nice.
We'll see, man. I don't know. Like it's an interesting. The building itself's like kind of on a nice. I don't want to call it a quiet street,
Yeah.
but it's like kind of on a dead endish kind of road.
Okay.
Every time I've been there, it's been like pretty chill.
Yeah. Quiet.
Yeah, I mean, there's some like like I said, like a lot of the buildings around there are just abandoned.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, that's how
But
they're
A
not
lot of work
abandoned.
going on.
Yeah.
A lot of
Mhm.
work. Yeah.
I mean, like I live in a pretty hopping place in Chicago. Like River North is their entertainment district, like where the bars and clubs are. But where I live is kind of like the quiet corner of it. Not much really happens. The biggest excitement we got is someone ramming into a Lamborghini.
That's
But like,
pretty dope.
Yeah.
like nothing else really happens. Like the quiet corners do not displace it because there's people who want to move to a city, but they don't want to get overwhelmed immediately.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, this ain't that quiet though. I'm sure there's some stuff that's going on. Like,
I mean, it's Baltimore. According to a lot of the travel guides, apparently they just want to hurt you there.
What's the tax benefits of having it in the LLC?
so the tax benefit of buying the LLC
Yeah.
is we don't have to pay a transfer tax,
Okay.
and it's going to save us. We're going to split the benefit between us and the sellers, and it's saving us all together about like $8,000,
Oh,
so about $4,000 a
wow.
piece. And because of this, you don't have to get the property appraised.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So then our taxes, like the property tax itself, it won't go up
Yeah.
because it's going to take a little bit longer for them to like get an official appraisal and stuff like that.
Oh wow.
Because it's not registered that way. It's just us buying a company as opposed to us buying a property.
Yeah. Mm.
Where, yeah,
There you go,
The pri-
man. Thinking
yeah,
with the
it's kind of
bags.
wild. And like I never thought about it. And
Yeah, I
then,
was
like,
gonna say like who like because I wouldn't have thought about that neither. Like that's pretty. Was it the people that you were buying it from that told you, hey, this is
No, they were They were like not about it, man. It was like
really?
my sister and like a lawyer that we were talking to because it's 6-unit property, it's commercial, so you have to have an attorney write the contract. It's not like your realtor who can write a contract for any house.
So your attorney was like, hey, this is how you should do
They're like, you should do it this way. It's going to save everybody
it.
money.
Yeah. Okay.
And you don't have to set up another LLC.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. So
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So pretty much
Shout out to the attorney then.
shout out to the attorney for this corporate takeover.
Yeah. Good.
but the attorney was also like, hey, I got to do a lot of paperwork here,
yeah.
but you should just put that on the seller and not yourself. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So like they're paying because it's their LLCs that need to be restructured, not ours.
Mm.
But we do have to do some work to, incorporate the LLC with new ownership.
Either way, man, that's where the loopholes are coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How long
the
have you
tax
had that?
loopholes.
How long have you had that attorney?
No, just on the
Just for this deal?
yeah,
Oh.
just our agent was like, hey, I got this great person, and
Yeah, because I was gonna say he sounds like
Yeah,
a
he
good,
sounds like a
he
person to keep
sounds like a
around,
good guy,
yeah.
dude.
she, yeah,
She
She
sounds
Our
really
bad.
good. Yeah.
She.
and then it's also And this could be for another episode. We're buying it actually with hard money.
Oh, what's the difference?
So it's
Cash?
private
Private
money.
money.
So it's
Oh,
higher. It's higher interest rate, but so the whole idea is okay because it's less than 50% rented. Most places won't take it. You know what I mean? Like most corporate lenders won't go after it because one, it's not a completely rented. And,
yeah.
it's commercial property and
So
blah,
do
blah,
you
blah.
have to do hard money because of that?
It's the easiest way. It's the
Okay.
quickest and easiest way. So we're gonna do hard money, but the whole thing is in hard money, like you want to get out of it within like you have to have an exit strategy for hard money. And
Oh,
which we were like, okay, once we get it rented within the next 3 to 4 months,
yeah.
we'll try to refinance out into like a more conventional loan.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So what's your game plan of getting it rented? You're just gonna
Keep on
I'm
keeping
gonna give it
on.
the property manager and like just
Oh yeah.
aggressively go after it, man. Like
Yeah.
just try to
You know what
pound
though?
Renovate this unit. Get it out as soon as possible.
the other units are all renovated and they haven't been
Yeah.
rented. They're fresh.
But a
Wait, how many tenants do you have?
he just said
There's only,
yeah.
there's only 2 out of
Okay.
6 right now.
Yeah.
Because the one guy died. So it was 50% and then 3 unrented.
All right.
But now it's 4 unrented because the guy died.
Now what about I mean like it should be pretty cuz I mean rent is for $1,000 for a whole unit though. That's cheap.
Yeah, it's market.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Because it's got 2 2-bedrooms.
Yeah, cheap. That is cheap.
3
You're not
3
getting
1-bedrooms and then 1 studio. So we'll see. I need to average over $900 a month
Okay.
per unit, and I'll be good. Yeah,
Wow.
we'll see. Like I said, the 1-bedroom is renting for almost $1,000 a month,
Yeah.
which is like my okay, this is my market value. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
There you go, man.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
There you go, dude. If you ever want to go back to the East Coast, there's a place, right?
I know, right?
ooh,
That doesn't fill me with confidence, bro.
it's all right. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'll tell you what. The biggest problem is going to be the parking. And the coolest part is like I think in the basement though, depending on how this place works out, because like part of me is like, hey man, maybe I will get it rented. I'll hold it for like 2 to 3 years and then sell it if we can keep it rented.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the value is going to probably go up.
Yeah.
Mortgage rates are probably going to come back down a little bit.
Yeah.
So
especially if
we'll
you said
see,
you
but-
can what you said you can make your money back in a year.
no, we're not going to make our
No,
money
no.
back, but we'll be like,
Positive.
no, we got to refinance out of it within a year,
Okay.
out of the hard money. But we'll be cash positive by the end of the year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That is nice.
But the basement, you could like renovate it a little bit and put storage units and stuff down there and like rent them out and it could be pretty good. I'm also thinking about maybe like in the back, we'll see.
How much
Like
is
pouring a parking pad.
Oh yeah? How much is your property manager gonna cost?
I mean, the going rate is like 10%.
Oh yeah.
But like it's usually like a max, right? Like it's like 10% up to so much a month because like 10% of like a $3,000 a month property, like nobody's paying
Yeah.
that for a property manager.
Yeah.
It's usually about 100, 125 to 150 is like the max.
Mm.
But I'm hoping because we have multiple units, we can kind of negotiate a little bit and be like,
Yeah.
hey, for this building, $500 a month or something like that.
Yeah. And so they fix the appliances if something goes wrong or something, or they
Yeah,
just
or
collect the-
they hire whoever,
Oh,
because
okay.
most of the property managers will like have like people on hand, and they'll
Oh,
probably
yeah,
get a small kickback
yeah.
from some of them. But like at our other property, it's like, hey man, as long as it's not more than $500, like you handle it. If it's more than 500, I want to start looking at
Yeah.
other companies and stuff like that.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Wow, man. That's amazing. That's
That is
good, man.
amazing. That's getting
Okay.
bags, dude.
Yeah.
no, I'll tell you what though, when we buy this, we're gonna have 9 rentable units.
That's crazy. Yeah, and that's crazy. And you can pretty much
Yeah.
be
And
retired and like
I don't know about retire, but like I'm just like
that's
all right.
a good like
That's a good place
Yeah.
to be. Like, that's a good place to be at that age, I would say.
Yeah. That's a pretty good. Yeah, that's good, man.
That's a good
And then-
place to be.
And then when we move next year, like this house,
That's
it's like,
10.
what
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna rent out that house.
He said, "Yeah, that's 10."
I don't know, man. I think it depends. I really want to keep it because one, we're probably gonna come back to the area, and I'd rather live here
Mhm.
than
Airbnb it.
no.
Why not?
I'll make what I because there's so much turnover. And
Yeah.
also, this isn't an area where you're like Airbnb. This isn't DC.
Okay.
I'm not in DC proper. You know what I mean? Where like there's
It's
a lot
true,
of
but
you can't-
everyone knows Alexandria, Virginia.
yeah, but we're not in downtown Alexandria.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm like a couple miles away, so it's still like a 15-minute drive to like Old Town.
Yeah. Because like the house that you're in, that's kind of like a forever house, right?
Nah, I mean not for us. Hell no.
Well, yeah,
Like,
not for you, but for
No, he
like
needs a big mansion.
but for like most people though, right? Like so if like some like say if you were selling it, they're looking like, "Hey, this is our home
Oh, yeah.
to stay for
Oh
like
yeah,
30
yeah.
years."
Like
or-
the people next to the people we bought it from, they were military, well, and / getting a divorce, so that kind of
Yeah.
helped us.
Oh yeah.
But like
that
our
would
neighbor, one of our neighbors, she's been here for like 20 years. Our other neighbor's been here at least 15 years.
Yeah.
I think they're getting ready to sell. I mean, yeah, it can be a forever house for some people, but like
Yeah.
with like 2 young kids, like they're gonna grow out of this place. And we have friends, dude, who bought a house not like 5 minutes away from us, similar size, maybe a little bit smaller, same age. Dude, they knocked it down and built
Oh,
a
yeah.
new house.
That's what you said. Yeah. They put
I tell you about
$100
that?
million into it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have the
Yeah.
property.
That shit is wild though, man. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it.
I mean, if you're staying, I guess, you know.
I mean, yeah, if you know like this is
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
like go for it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like I don't see us like staying in this. I see us staying in this area to work until I retire.
Yeah.
But I think our retirement destination is probably like North Carolina.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like
Oh my
you're
God.
leaving. I mean, you're moving out of that house in like a year, right? Or a
Dude, less
couple.
than that.
Yeah, less than that.
Like
Good old
I leave in
Deutschland.
April. I leave in April, and then the family follows me probably in like June or July,
Yeah. And then you're there for 3 years,
at least. Yeah,
and then you're coming back to that area. I don't know, man.
probably.
You could probably short term rental that.
I'd rather just rent it. Like I would rather do 3 1-year leases.
Yeah.
Make my money and just like pay for the mortgage.
Yeah,
Like,
just-
if we can
that's
break
it.
even,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you can always come back, right?
Well, yeah, and then this
Yeah.
house in this area, in like 5 years, it's $1 million house.
Yeah.
Why don't you?
Yeah, it can only
well,
rise. In such an area, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we bought it for 570, and right now it's appraising for like 720.
Oh wow! Wow.
Dude, it's
wow.
crazy how much those housing
It's-
markets is
It's
insane.
stupid.
It is stupid.
Oh my
And then you get
God.
people who are like buying. You're like, you really want to buy? Okay, I mean, I
Yeah,
guess.
like, all right, you know, I was alright. All right.
I don't know. And be like, oh, okay, hey, BlackRock.
Yeah, exactly. But that's how I'm getting my bag right now. We're gonna close on this building, and hopefully it doesn't bite me in the ass. But we'll see. You know,
Yeah, man, that's
it's
amazing.
worth the risk.
Yeah.
It's worth the risk. All right,
We'll see.
that's all the time we have left. Thank you for tuning in to Back Society. I'm your co-host Jay with my other co-host,
S.
and of course,
And me.
bam! All right, have a great week.